Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Climb Is Mine. I'm Charolina. This podcast is my accountability space where I share my wins, losses, and lessons as I grow stronger in my mind, body, and soul. So today I'm going to review again finances. Every 2 weeks I touch on this. Oh shit. Car almost hit me. The police. Oh, thank you that the angels aren't camped around me. So I touched base on financing, my finances, and last time I touched base on it, I spoke about my tithing and how I had realized that I was, giving a substantial amount every month. And so I was thinking about it for like the past 2 weeks and what I was going to do. And I had mentioned how that little voice was just telling me that it was way too much money, that this is crazy. I could be paying off, my credit cards and so forth. And I've just been thinking about it. I've been praying about it. And I feel at peace with the fact that I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm going to continue giving. I'm going to continue tithing my 10%. Because the way that I think about it is that, this is all about walking by faith and not by sight for me. Everything that I'm doing, I have no clue what I'm doing. It's just imprinted in me, and I go ahead and I do it without knowing the results. And I've been doing this for months already, not knowing, but I feel good about it when I do it, even though I don't have a ton extra at the end of the month. But all my bills are covered. I have everything taken care of. And in all honesty, I've been able to put a little bit aside. So then greed comes in. And then if I get in the way, then that means that I'm not practicing my faith. Because I'm now going the route that, okay, I'm trying to figure things out by not giving and having more money and trying to figure out my way by starting to pay my bills, instead of me giving. So that doesn't really put my faith into practice. If I can't be responsible with the little that I'm given right now, how am I going to be given more? That's what I honestly believe. And if I try to be stingy and figure this out my way, which my way would be not to tithe and put all that money towards my credit card. It's not like I'm going to spend it. And I was thinking about that as well, because I'm like, okay, God, I'm not going to use the money for any other things. I'm going to use it for paying my bills. But it still doesn't feel right to me. It feels like I'm trying to figure things out my way, which I have done my way most of my life, and it hasn't worked out. Things are going really well for me. I've been patient. I've been abundant. My life is completely different from what it was last year. I have more than I've had in all ways of my life. At the end of the day, I'm happy, I'm free, I am abundant. And I'm just growing, and I'm changing, I'm evolving. I'm going through this amazing journey. Yeah, are some days hard? For sure. But that's what makes me go even harder in those days that I question myself, but then I go back to my beliefs, and it makes me stronger. So, yeah, and I don't want to get in my own way. Like I said, like I always do. I want to be in non-resistance and allow things to come to me instead of me trying to figure it out. And me trying to figure it out would be me not giving and paying my bills. I honestly believe that I'm going to have a breakthrough, and there's going to be a moment when I'm just going to be able to pay all my bills all at once, and I'm never going to have to worry about anything. That's what I truly believe. And deepest of my heart. So right now, as long as my bills are covered and I'm paying, what I'm supposed to be paying on my cards, maybe not additional, because I'm paying everything. It's not like I'm not paying my stuff. Obviously, I just want to get rid of all this debt. But I just think the season right now is that I'm being tested. And yeah, I feel like God, I'm being tested. And so how faithful am I in this? And how am I really believing in God and walking by faith and not looking at the circumstances all outside of me, So I am very much at peace. I got paid today, and yeah, it wasn't the first thing that I did, because usually it's the first thing I do, but it wasn't long. It took me like an hour after. I was just reviewing some finances, and I'm being very detailed. Every 2 weeks, I'm going through everything, and I'm very proud, and I calculate. I wasn't doing these things, but I'm actually moving the needle forward, as I said. And then I was like, man, you're being greedy, because after everything, yes, I've been monitoring what goes in and what goes on and what I'm spending. There's tons of stuff that I want to do and I can't do it. But at the end of it, I've been very faithful and I've been putting money aside, and now I have more than I did before. And I got money on the side, and I didn't even have to touch my savings these past 2 weeks because everything was provided for me. So F you, Satan. And negative thoughts and trying to bring me down and everything. It's just, we have to look at the reality of things, that it's not that bad at the end of it. And there's evidence that what we're thinking negatively, it's a lie. Because at the end of the day, I always have enough. I always have enough to cover my bills, and everything is always covered, and that's all I need for the moment, for right now. I'm in the season of change. I'm in the season of growth, and I don't want to get in my own way. So, and for the past 2 weeks, like last week the last time that I had posted, I was very stressed out about the whole situation. I had spoken to a few of my friends. I had spoken to a few family members as well, and asking, like, what is the right decision for me to do? Do I give less? Do I stop? And people gave me different answers. But it wasn't at the end what I thought was true. But then I have one friend that really spoke. It really made a huge difference, because she was right. Out of everybody, she was the one that was aligned with what I thought. And that was my answer, and I'm very grateful that she, doesn't hide anything and gives it the way that it is, even as hurtful. And it's not what I wanted to hear, honestly, but she was, she gave me a good example. And she's like, listen, it's the principle. It's to give your 10% no matter what. God is always going to cover you. He's like, he covers you in so many other ways, and that it may not be financially. It could be like angels protecting me, like for me not to get into an accident, not to get sick, so many things, like I have a covering because of my faithfulness. And also she was talking about how her family, no matter what, her dad raised 4 kids, and he always had enough because he was always faithful in his tithings. And I believe that we need to give constantly. We need to be responsible and consistent and make it a priority. That's what I'm feeling. Things tried to change throughout the 2 weeks, and I still wasn't unsure what to do today, because I was just like, what? As I said, my other friends had told me, well, then just give less, right now, and you shouldn't be stressed out because of it. God doesn't want you to be stressed out. But then I was thinking of everything, and at the end, I am okay. I have everything that I need. I have my car, I have gas, I have a job. I have a roof over my head. As I said, I even have a little extra. And so, yeah, And then yes, I feel like I'm being tested, and that's fine. And it's, where is my true commitment at? Is it in my faith, in my belief that everything is going to work out itself at the end of the day? Yes. So, and if I revert from that and try to go in my own, I'm definitely saying that I don't believe in what I'm believing myself, and not having that faith. So yeah, I mean, the struggle is real. Don't get me wrong. I battle with it, but I know what's right, and I hope that I continue to make these right decisions and stick with my beliefs and my faith. And you know, I waver back and forth, but at the end I end up coming back to what I really, as I said, believe deep down inside, and then that's what I base my decisions off. I would feel horrible. Like, it's just like, even if I wanted to not, you know, tithe or give, I just would feel just as crappy. You know, I wouldn't feel good even if I was trying to pay off my debt. I would be unsettled with me. Like, I want to do what's right, and I just need to be at peace and not allow these negative thoughts to make me not feel at peace. And I need to control it, because I know that this is the right thing for me to do. I'm being tested, and I just want to continue to do what's right. So yeah, that's how I feel right now. So yeah, if you're struggling with something and you don't know what to do, just back at the end, just go with what you really believe deep down in your heart and continue to do it. You know, pray about it. You know, obviously try to get some answers from friends and family, and you'll know within your soul what the right decision is. And always try to make it so that you're growing, because I know that from all of this, you know, growth is going to come, because I'm being faithful in what I believe, and I'm being faithful to God, and I'm being diligent, and I'm giving. You know, like, there's so many people that don't have what I have, you know, and playing the comparison game is horrible too. And I'm grateful that I can look around and see what I have instead of think of what I don't have, you know, because if I think of all the things that I don't have and I play that comparison game, forget about it. And don't get me wrong, it happens, you know, more than I would like, and I just bring myself back to reality, and I just say thank you, and just look how blessed, my high pitch there, how blessed I am for everything that I freaking have. Honestly, just God is good. And so I'm just going to be at peace for these next few weeks, and, you know, keep doing what I'm doing. So that is my my podcast for the Saturday. And yeah, just keep pushing. Remember that growth takes work, but it's worth it. Keep strengthening your mind, body, and soul. See you guys in the next one.